Hey YouTube, today we'll be going over the complex topic of triangular proofs. You're probably wondering, what is a triangular proof? A triangular proof is the analysis of given information using knowledge of triangles to prove something. You also give reasoning for all the information you have gathered. The reason we use triangular proofs is because it enables us to prove certain information about triangles. But how we execute the process can be very complex due to the variety of ways we are given to prove information. In this lesson, I will present you with some of these terms and how to properly do a triangular proof. Before we continue with this video, please pause so you can review these key terms. Make sure to also review these key terms. And lastly, these key terms. Practice problem number 1. Identify these triangles. As you can see here, we're provided with two triangles that seems to have corresponding slashes on each of their sides. Therefore, we can conclude that they're equivalent. But we're trying to identify these triangles. Because the slashes are telling us each side are not equal to each other, we can identify this triangle as scalene. Practice problem number 2. Identify these triangles. As you can see here, we're provided with two triangles. We can identify these sides and these sides are congruent because of the one slash that is put through them. We're also given an angle, which is 90 degrees. This is because the angle line, which actually determines the angle, is actually in a square-like form compared to the rounded form that we usually get. Therefore, we can determine that they are congruent. But we have to identify these triangles. And because of the 90-degree angle that we're given, we can automatically know these are right triangles. Here are the key terms for the second portion of this lesson. Feel free to pause so you can review them. Practice problem number 3. Given angles B and C are congruent, angles BAD and CAD are congruent, and line AD is a perpendicular bisector, prove triangles DAB and DAC are congruent. In this problem, we were given angles B and C are congruent, and angles BAD and CAD are congruent. We also were told that line AD is a perpendicular bisector, which forms 90-degree angles on a line, making angles BDA and CDA congruent. With all three angles corresponding with each other on both triangles, we can determine they are both congruent. Here are the final set of key terms for this lesson, and please remember the important note: having one angle and two sides do not make triangles congruent. Practice problem number 4. Given lines DC and AB are congruent, lines BC and AD are congruent, and angles D and B are congruent, prove triangles ADC is congruent to triangle ABC. Here we have this format, which give a statement section and a reasoning section. In our statement section, we always start with the given information, which is DC and AB are congruent, lines BC and AD are congruent, and angles D and B are congruent. And the reasoning for this is, of course, it's given. Once we have all the information that we need, we finally put what we need to prove in the statement section. And the reasoning for this is because of SAS, in other words, side angle side. Since we are given two sides and an angle in the order of a side, then the angle, and finally another side, this automatically meets the criteria of side angle side, and therefore proving triangle ADC is congruent to triangle ABC. Practice problem 5. Given angle A and angle C are congruent, angle D and angle F are congruent, and line AB and CE are congruent, prove triangle ABF and CED are congruent. Once again, we put our given information as the first. And finally, because we were given all of the information we need, we can determine triangle ABF is congruent to triangle CED because of AAS. In other words, angle, angle, side. And this is because we are given in the order 2 angles and then a side, which automatically determines both of these triangles are congruent. Thank you for watching, and please, I hope that you enjoyed this video. And if you would like any more additional information about triangular proofs, please check out mathinstruction.com. I hope to see you in the next video.